Berenstain Bears in the Dark by Stain and Jane Berenstain. Being afraid of the dark doesn't just happen to you, it happens sometimes to little bears too. Brother Bear said sister impatiently, "Are you going to take all day to pick your book?" Sister and brother were at the Bear Country Library. Sister was already chose her book and waited at the checkout desk. "What are horses?" said brother. "I'm looking a good mystery." Sister usually took out a storybook and books about nature, and sometimes a book about palms. Brother liked those too, but lately he'd become interested in mystery, especially spooky ones. "Hey, this one looked good," he said finally. "Okay, let's check out." Said sister, looking at the cover. It was called Case of the Crying Cave. It looks scary to me. "Say, this is really good," said brother. Later that evening, when the bear family was sitting down for some reading, "Would you like me to read it to you?" he asked sister. Sister was looking at a storybook about three kittens who arguing about which was the prettiest, and it was a little boring. "Or are you scared?" teased brother. "Of course not," said sister. She left her book on the floor and lying on the bench beside it. A mystery began quietly. It told someone of a Bear Scout who was in an overnight campground. When the scout discovered a dark secret cave, brother mystery began a little exciting. When the cave began to cry and wail, it was anything but quiet. "Ooh!" cried the deep, dark mystery cave, read brother, light expression. "Ooh!" "Stop!" said sister, putting her in her finger. "That's enough!" And she went to back her storybook. Scaredy bear," teased brother. "And that's quite enough of that," added Papa Bear, looking up from his paper. At the cubs' bedtime, Papa and Mama said goodnight, turned off the light, and left the cubs into usually sleepy darkness. Outside the treehouse was bright, busy sound of day had given way to the soft, something sound of night, the quiet conversion of frogs and toads, the soft crying of the owl, the sigh of the night wind, and if you listened very hard, you could almost hear softest sound of all, the light of the lightning bugs switch their lights on and off and on and off. But inside the treehouse, sister wasn't very big. They fell asleep. At night, the dark didn't seem the least bit quiet and sleepy. In fact, it seemed like spooky darkness of the scary cave, and the friendly old chest in the drawer and funny clothes tree that Papa had made didn't seem so friendly and funny. It seemed more like cave creatures. So brother decided to tease her a little more by making a wailing sound, a really spooky wailing sound, and give her quite a scare. "Ooh! Mama, Papa!" she cried. "Hurry, come quick!" And come quickly they did. Papa rushed into the dark room and tripped over the clothes tree. Mama rushed after Papa and tripped over him, and the confusing sister fell out of the bed and landed on both of them. And his brother, who had started the spooky wail, turned the light. What a mess! Sister, still scared, was holding the Papa. Papa was holding the toe, his unstamped, and Mama was looking for a nightcap she had lost in the confusion. All three of them were pretty annoyed with Brother Bear. It turns out a very long night in the bear treehouse. Papa and Mama tried to explain that there was nothing to be afraid in the dark, except maybe running into the close tree or stabbing their toe. But it didn't do any good. Sister Apple refused to sleep without the light off, and brotherly perhaps interested, and he couldn't fall asleep with the light on. The next morning, Bear family was sleepy-eyed. Boy, said brother yamming, I sure don't want to go to another night like that. Me neither, said Papa, and I think I have an idea that might help. Papa took Sister's hand. Come with me, he said. Where are we going? She wanted to know. Up to the attic. The attic? But it's so dark in the attic, even in the daytime. I know, said Papa, but there's something I want to show you. Anyway, there's nothing too special about the dark. It's just part of nature, like the night light. It's your imagination that makes dark seem spooky sometimes. What's imagination? asked Sister. Imagination will make things that chests and drawers and clothes trees are cave creatures. I wish I didn't have one, said Sister. Don't say that, said Papa. Very impulsion. A lively imagination is one of the best things cubs can have. It's imagination that lets us paint pictures, make up poems, invent invitations. The trick is to take care of your imagination and not let it take charge of you. When they got to the attic, Papa began to rumble the boxes, looking for something. Papa tried to follow Papa's advice and not to let imagination to take charge, and the whale, a spooky shape, turned out to be a shadow on some old tools. What looked like a giant was really some pile of furniture. Here is one, said Papa, my old night light. I want to use the cover on a little troll falling asleep in the dark. Sister couldn't quite believe that her big, powerful Papa was ever afraid of the dark. Oh, sure, said Papa. Most of us are at one time or other. How about reading the rest of the Cave of the Crying Cave? Sister asked brother lately that day. Are you sure you want it to me? Sure, that's how it turns out, she insisted. When the turning by, there was something very spooky about terrible rolling noise. It was caused by the wind blowing across the open roof of the cave, like a nose when you blow across the top of the bottle. Sister was a little disappointed. At that night, when she and brother were settled down the cozy glow of Papa's old nightlight, she said so. I'm pretty disappointed by the way the case of the Crying Cave ended. Why? asked brother. Because, she said, I was rolling would be really spooky, scary monster, and she leaned from her bank, and the brothers and made a spooky, scary monster face at him. Cut that out! cried brother. The sister went right to sleep, but brother lay awake for quite some time, listening to the owl hoots and thinking that maybe he had enough mystery for a while. Thank you for listening to my book. Subscribe and like, please.